If your car broke down tomorrow or you faced an unexpected medical expense, how long could you hold out before panic took over your finances? That feeling of living on the edge, one emergency away from disaster, is exhausting. The real enemy isn't bad luck. It's the lack of a plan, the inertia that prevents you from building a financial shield. Today, we're going to eliminate that anxiety forever by giving you total control. In this video, you won't get vague advice. I'm going to give you the Fortress method, a 4-step system with clear, actionable steps to build your emergency fund, even if you think you don't have $1 extra to spare. The first step of the Fortress method is destroying the biggest barrier preventing you from starting: analysis paralysis. You've probably heard advice like save 10% of your salary or put away what you can, but that ambiguity is the fuel of inaction. Without a clear destination on the map, it's impossible to start the journey. We're going to plot that destination right now with a concrete number personalized for you, one that will serve as a beacon throughout this entire process. Your goal isn't an arbitrary number pulled from a finance book. It's your peace of mind number. The golden rule validated by financial planners worldwide is to accumulate a fund covering 3 to 6 months of your essential fixed expenses. And I want you to be ruthless with the word essential. Forget the gym membership, Netflix subscriptions, dining out, or new clothes. We're talking exclusively about what you need to survive: mortgage or rent, utility bills for electricity, water, and internet, grocery store food, transportation to get to work, and essential insurance. Nothing else. Why that number? It's not an opinion. It's based on data. Various studies, including those conducted by central banks on household resilience, indicate that the average period to recover from a severe financial shock, such as job loss or unexpected illness, tends to be around 6 months. Therefore, this cushion isn't a whim. It's a shield designed with the exact measure to protect you during the most likely storm. It's the time you're buying yourself to make decisions with a clear head without the suffocating pressure of debt. Your first mission, and I want you to do this today, is this: open a spreadsheet or grab a simple notebook. Review your bank statements from the last couple of months and ruthlessly add up only those essential expenses. Once you have the monthly figure, multiply it by 3. That's your first major milestone. Don't think about the 6 months yet. Focus on that first, much more achievable goal. That number is the first brick of your fortress. Now that you have a clear, tangible, and justified goal, I know exactly what the next question echoing in your head is. Where the hell do I get that money if I'm already barely making it to the end of the month? Don't worry, because the second step of the Fortress method doesn't depend on your willpower, which is limited, but on an almost foolproof system that works on autopilot. Waiting for money to be left over at the end of the month to save is the perfect recipe for failure. It's the most common self-deception and the main ally of financial inertia. The solution is to radically reverse the process with a principle that transformed the finances of millions of people: pay yourself first. This means your savings isn't the last of your priorities, but the first bill you pay, even before rent or utilities. It's a non-negotiable obligation to yourself and your future peace of mind. The key to implementing this principle without effort or discipline is the technology you already have in your pocket. Your second mission, and this will take you less than 5 minutes, is to enter your bank's app and schedule an automatic recurring transfer. Choose a key date, the first or second day of each month, right after you've received your paycheck. At that moment, a fixed amount of money must move from your main checking account to a separate savings account without you having to do absolutely anything. How much money to transfer? Start with an amount that feels almost painless: $50, $75. The initial amount is much less important than the habit. A study published in the Journal of Economic Psychology demonstrated that automatic transfers can increase a person's savings rate by more than 70%, simply because they eliminate the friction of the decision. You're hacking your own behavior, putting your plan on autopilot so it works for you even while you sleep. You now have a goal and a system that feeds it consistently. The money will start accumulating without you noticing. But where exactly should that money go? Leaving it in your day-to-day account is a huge mistake that can sabotage all your effort in a moment of weakness. In the next step, I'll teach you how to build the perfect safe for your peace of mind. Keeping your emergency fund in the same checking account you use to pay for coffee, groceries, or your whims is like trying to diet with a chocolate cake on your nightstand. It's a matter of time before temptation wins the battle. You need to create a barrier, not just physical but also psychological, that protects that sacred money from yourself and impulse spending. Your emergency fund needs its own exclusive home. This home, your Fortress account, must meet 3 non-negotiable conditions. First, security. The money cannot be invested in stocks, mutual funds, or cryptocurrencies. Its value must not fluctuate. Its only purpose is to be there when you need it, intact. Second, liquidity. You must be able to access it quickly and easily in case of a real emergency, ideally in less than 24 hours. And third, and most important, separation. It must be in a completely different account from the one you use for your daily expenses. Your third mission is, therefore, to search for and open one of these accounts. Today, there are many online options for savings accounts with no fees and, if possible, with a small return that at least fights inflation. Don't complicate it. Choose one that's easy to open and manage. Once you have it, do something that seems silly but is psychologically very powerful. Give it a name in the bank's app itself. Rename it as Fortress Fund, My Peace Cushion, or Anti-Stress Account. This simple act reinforces its purpose and will remind you why you shouldn't touch that money. With this, your system is almost complete. You have the what, your number, the how, automation, and the where, the separate account. The walls of your financial fortress are rising brick by brick, but there's still the golden rule missing, the guideline that ensures this fortress protects you forever, even after the worst of storms. What do you do when real life hits and you have to use the money? The answer defines your long-term success. The fourth and final step of the method is the reconstruction rule, and I want you to understand this perfectly. Using your emergency fund is not a failure, it's a victory. It's proof that the system works and has saved you from a situation of extreme stress or going into debt. You've used the tool exactly for what it was designed for. The true and only failure would be to use it and not replenish it, leaving the fortress in ruins and going back to square one. That's why, once the emergency has passed and your situation has stabilized, your financial priority number one, above any other savings or investment goal, is to refill your fund until you reach your peace of mind number again. This means you must reactivate the automatic transfers, perhaps even with a higher amount if possible for a time, until your shield is back to 100%. This cycle of using and rebuilding is what will keep you financially secure for the rest of your life. Let's quickly summarize the Fortress method, your battle plan. 1. Calculate your goal. Define your peace of mind number equivalent to 3 to 6 months of your essential expenses. 2. Automate savings. Schedule an automatic transfer to a separate account the day after you get paid. Pay yourself first. 3. Create an untouchable account. Open a savings account dedicated exclusively to your fund, secure and liquid. 4. Always rebuild. If you have to use it, make replenishing it your top financial priority. You've gone from the anxiety of living on the edge to having a concrete action plan that gives you back control. You're no longer a victim of the unexpected. You now have a powerful tool to face them with confidence. Your final mission for today isn't to have 6 months saved, it's to start. Your call to action is this. Take your phone, calculate your number, and schedule that first automatic transfer right now. Even if it's only $20, the power isn't in the amount, it's in the act of starting. Your future peace of mind will thank you. We've reached the end of this map, but this is your real beginning. The Fortress method isn't a collection of abstract advice, but a personal financial engineering system designed to give you control. Let's review your battle plan. First, you calculated your peace of mind number, transforming a vague goal into a concrete and achievable objective. Second, you put your savings on autopilot, hacking your behavior so progress is inevitable. Third, you created a Fortress account, a sanctuary for your money that protects it from yourself. And fourth, you internalize the reconstruction rule, turning your emergency fund into a shield that regenerates and protects you for life. These 4 pillars are the foundations of your new financial reality, one where you're in command. Notice the mindset shift you just experienced. You've gone from the anxiety of living on the edge, reacting to the unexpected with fear, to having a proactive plan that allows you to anticipate them with confidence. You're no longer a victim of circumstances. You're now the architect of your own security. Every dollar you automate is one more brick in your wall. Each month that passes, your fortress becomes taller and more impenetrable. This isn't a temporary solution. It's a permanent reconfiguration of your relationship with money. You're buying something priceless, the ability to make important decisions without the suffocating pressure of immediate need. In other words, you're buying your freedom. All this information, all this new confidence is useless if it doesn't become immediate action. Inertia is the silent enemy that will try to convince you that you'll do it tomorrow. Don't allow it. Your mission for today isn't to have 6 months saved. Your mission is much simpler and more powerful. Start. The power doesn't reside in the amount you save at the beginning, but in the act of taking control. Scheduling that first automatic transfer, even if it's only $20, is a declaration of intent. It's physical proof that you've decided to go from spectator to protagonist of your financial life. That simple click is the first step that changes everything. The liberating truth I want you to permanently engrave in your mind is this. Creating an emergency fund isn't a vague aspiration you'll achieve someday. It's the predictable result of following exactly a proven method for the mathematically calculated time. It doesn't require luck, special circumstances, or extraordinary income. Your advantage now is that you have a specific step-by-step plan that eliminates all doubts about what to do, when to do it, and how to keep it working until you complete your goal. You don't have to invent strategies or depend on heroic discipline. You simply have to follow the sequence that already works. The method you just learned has been successfully used by people with all types of incomes and circumstances to create their first emergency funds. It works because it's based on simple mathematical principles and practical psychology about how sustainable savings habits really work. Your mission now is to immediately implement the first 2 steps. Calculate your exact fund goal and evaluate your real monthly savings capacity. These calculations will give you total clarity about your path to financial security and how long it will take to travel it. Remember that every day you postpone starting to build your emergency fund is an additional day you remain financially vulnerable. Emergencies don't wait until you're ready to handle them. Preparation must occur before you need it. People who live with true financial security aren't those who started with more money, but those who most disciplinedly followed a specific method to build protection systematically. That methodological discipline is completely within your reach, starting with the first calculation you make today.